Hi, this is Graham Jeacocke. It's great to see you here. Now, I'll jump right in. This business with COVID, I think if you were to take it from a different perspective, and I hope a little bit of wisdom for the hearer. Now, they keep on saying that death results from COVID in the worst scenario, or you could be responsible for increasing the likelihood of a person dying. Now, I want to highlight something else that is bigger than COVID, and it happens every day, even during COVID conditions of lockdown and social distancing. And it pertains to hate. Now, the end result of COVID in the worst scenario is death. Now, the worst scenario of a person having hate is hate can lead to violence, violence can lead to a death of a victim, or the death of a person that in the eyes of justice deserved it. Now, there's a difference between hate and discipline. You see, discipline can be mistaken for hate. You see, a parent disciplines their child. Now, the parent doesn't hate the child when a child does something wrong. It hates the thing that the child does. Now, I'm talking to unbelievers of Jesus Christ here. You know, you spread hate. You see, and I can prove it because one thing Jesus Christ said, you have to love your neighbour as yourself. You have to love your enemies. You see, you're all concentrating on saying, oh, we protect the rights of homosexuals, we protect the rights of the transgender people, we respect religions. All this is not contributing to the overall nature of hate. You're only dealing with half of it, generally. You see, when you fail to love your enemy, you're spreading hate, and hate can lead to death. The same action that a disease such as COVID-19 is doing. You see, where everybody is so concerned about spreading COVID, but the irony, the hypocrisy, the snake-like behaviour of the people in this world, you spread something far more dangerous than COVID. You're spreading hate. Now, and this brings me up to an earlier point I wish I'd made sooner. And I'd like to direct this to Tom Hanks, the well-known Hollywood actor, who goes on social media and says, oh, I hate people who don't wear face masks. Now, I really like that in your CV you've carried out portraying soldiers. Now, what does a soldier do for the country? Soldiers protect the country. Now, Tom Hanks, in all his humbleness and sense of wanting people to understand the importance of COVID and protecting people, and I might add, that's true. You should, in a way, take concern of COVID. But what Tom Hanks doesn't really comprehend is Tom Hanks allows a soldier to die in the name of protecting his right to live, or a soldier protects a country. So a soldier protects Tom Hanks so he can walk around and act and do interviews and what he wants to do in life. You see, that is total hypocrisy, because here's Tom Hanks saying you've got to wear face masks because you want to prevent people from dying. But what Tom Hanks is completely unaware of is he's reversing the point of protection in soldiers, because in the name of protection he's willing to allow a soldier to perhaps die to protect him. So clearly there's a conflict of interests going on in here. And another point, you say, but how, when you say, well, we always need soldiers. Do we always need soldiers? Now, it's a fact when Christians preach to atheists, the number one response I get, and perhaps most people get also, they say, stop forcing God on us. You see, that is a clue. Now, I can come with the armour of God, or I can come with the armour of a soldier holding guns and whatnot. You see, if you go to the enemy, and you have to love your enemies, right? And we do love our enemies because we preach. You use the word of God to your enemy to change their heart. You can't change their heart with a gun. That's force. And what is the number one argument atheists say? Do not force God on us. Well, atheists force people to submit using guns that soldiers hold. Now, and I just want to ask Tom Hanks something. In Twitter a while back, I made a comment about cases of paedophilia in the church. And I related it to Hollywood and the situation about child abuse going on. But I made the comment that you do not want to behave like Christians in the Christian church by covering it up. And Tom Hanks loved the response. But what I want to ask Tom Hanks is, does Tom Hanks despise Christianity? Or does he like Christianity but not like how Christians dealt with paedophile cases? Anyway, that's it. As it says in the Bible, and I think this can be applied to me, it was applied to someone else in the Bible, but I am a wild donkey of a man. You see, it's quite ironic, because atheists say to a Christian, do not judge us. Look, if God doesn't exist, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever titles suit thee, you still have the law. I'll spell that out. L-A-W. The law. The law testifies to what is wrong or right. Now that can be very subjective depending on what country you're under. Now it's a bit meaningless to have law in that case. That's why you need a standard of law. But the point is, Atheists believe in justice. So when atheists say to Christians, you can't judge, I'm afraid we can judge. Because you've said justice and law exists. And the very nature of law is to judge, to prosecute, to find out who is guilty. And we also know by your own very testimony that we have a right to judge people. Because who do you judge? You judge paedophile priests. That's it. Hope you enjoy your day or your night or wherever you are. Goodbye.